This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We talk with a West Hazleton firefighter and get an update on a fire that damaged two popular stores in the area next. Hello friends and happy Friday. I'm Ken Kara with your local information. Firefighters from 4 counties responded to a 4-alarm fire on Monday night at Wise Market in West Hazleton. Kyle Kashak, Second Assistant Chief for the West Hazleton Fire Department, was one of the first on the scene. Our Lisa Sugar talked with him about the difficulty battling the blaze and about its cause.
At this time, we were able to determine the fire started in the area of the HVAC unit on the roof, and it's ruled accidental at this time.
Now, that was a tough fire, because of the size of it, but I'm sure it was enhanced because of the wind, and it was extremely cold that night. So tell us how difficult that was to fight.
Correct. So the elements were against us at night, between the high winds with wind gusts well over 30 miles an hour, up on a flat roof where there's no protection from the wind, along with a natural gas line that was ruptured at some point, which was fueling the fire as well. That's why it was able to advance as far as it was before we were able to get it under control.
Now, we saw the video and photos and that from the front of the store, but you told me the actual firefighting began at the back of the store.
Correct. And able to get access to the roof, crews were initially sent to the back of the building. Because of the parapet wall and the way the layout of the front of the store is up on the roof, initially crews were sent to the back of the roof to investigate. And we had multiple units back there operating well before the fire was advancing on us. And that's where the firefighting efforts began. And that's what you don't see any of the initial pictures. You don't see any units out front because we were all in the back to start to try to gain control of the fire initially.
When you have to make it a 4-alarm fire, that is really unbelievable. So what does that mean for our viewers who are not aware of this? What does it mean when you have a 4-alarm fire? Who do you call in?
So initially, a first alarm was our local units from West Hazleton. Then we started to call some other units in. We hit a second alarm, which brings in some of our surrounding fire departments, which included Hazleton and Hazel Township, McAdoo, Freeland, Sugarloaf and Valley Regional. And then once we realized the fire was advancing as far as it was due to weather conditions, the natural gas lines, and the size of the store, we knew we needed extra manpower and apparatus. And that's when we hit the third and fourth alarm. And all it does is call other units from outside the area and bring them into the area to help in the firefighting effort. And then along with that, we also brought different fire companies in to cover the area as well. Hazleton City backstaffed all their apparatus, so they were fully staffed with whatever apparatus they had back at the station. And then we also brought in some outside agencies from different counties to protect the area in case there were other emergencies that night.
And you told me you were afraid of that because of the high winds.
Absolutely. So we weren't the only calls being dispatched at the time. Other units responding to the fire were actually diverted initially to other calls in the area until we were able to get outside units in. So that was a great concern.
And then you had to worry as well about anyone who was inside any of the buildings because there were shoppers at Weiss and employees, and then PetSmart, the animals in PetSmart and people there. So tell us about that concern.
We were concerned initially to evacuate the store. The employees did a great job in Wise. They made multiple announcements to get everybody out of the store. Evacuations were well underway upon our arrival. And then once we realized the fire was advancing as far as it was, we sent crews to PetSmart to get that evacuated and cleared out as well.
So you did rescue animals, and luckily there was a firewall between Weiss and that store.
Absolutely. So we were able to get all the pets out in a very quick and efficient manner. And then once the employees showed up from the store, they were able to assist us in ensuring all the pets were out, getting them into safe locations, and transporting them off the scene as quickly as possible. But the fire between the firewall and our efforts that evening stopped it from spreading to PetSmart, which only suffered minor water damage.
and you had one firefighter treated for smoke inhalation, that could have been a lot worse.
Correct. Unfortunately, we did have one firefighter transported pretty early on in the incident due to smoke inhalation and some other medical complications. So he stayed in the hospital for a couple hours for further evaluation and was released with no issues. But we had close to 100 firefighters on scene from approximately 14, 15 different fire companies. So to only have one injury was definitely a blessing, and just trying to keep everybody safe, especially in those conditions. We do appreciate the effort of all the other additional fire companies, EMS units, and police departments that responded to the scene, because there was a good turnout from our surrounding communities. When a fire like this happens, it's way beyond whatever we could handle. And we had to look to others to come in and help, and they really did a great job.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
The National Weather Service has issued a hazardous weather outlook for our area on Saturday and Saturday night, with the possibility of wind gusts from 35 to 45 miles per hour. Here's our full forecast. On Saturday, a 70% chance of showers, mainly after 3 p.m. It will be cloudy with a high near 59 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 inch possible. On Saturday night, a 60% chance of showers and also a possible thunderstorm. Cloudy, then gradually becoming partly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 inch possible, except higher amounts possible in thunderstorms. Sunday will be sunny with a high near 39 degrees. Sunday night mostly clear with a low around 28 degrees. Monday sunny with a high near 44 degrees. Monday night mostly clear with a low around 28 degrees. Tuesday mostly sunny with a high near 46 degrees. And Tuesday night partly cloudy with a low around 31 degrees. Andy Kwiatkowski has been roaring for a while for the Penn State Hazleton men's basketball team, and in the team's most recent game, the senior hit 1,000 career points. Kwiatkowski led all scorers with 31 points in the Nittany Lions win over Penn State Greater Allegheny. The local Lions are now 5-5 this season with a 4-2 record in the Penn State University Athletic Conference. PSU Hazleton plays Penn State New Kensington this evening. Coming up, how the Hazleton Area Recreation Program and its boxing coach are helping the group safe, supporting autism and families everywhere. And in sports, we have an in-depth feature story with the Hazleton Area High School boys water polo team.
The Freeland American Post 473 is asking the community to donate new unwrapped toys for the annual Toys for Tot drives. Donations can be accepted at the Post, which is located at 523 Center Street in Freeland, now through December 15th. The Harwood Fire Company will be selling homemade pierogies beginning on December 17th. Flavors include potato and cheese, sauerkraut and mushroom, and cabbage and onion. To order, you can call 570-861-2440. Pictures with Santa are now available at the Laurel Mall Monday through Friday from 5 to 8 p.m., on Saturday from 12 noon until 8 p.m., and on Sunday from 12 noon until 5 p.m. For more information, you can call the mall at 570-454-2100. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Carl S. Buckery, age 87, formerly of McAdoo. Services will be held in Ohio under the Vaughn Funeral Home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.